Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to go over tanks and how to penetrate them. As you just saw in the intro clip, it may have looked like I was just pointing and clicking on the enemy vehicles. And this has caused a lot of questions that you guys have asked about how do I actually know where to aim on tanks. I've been playing WarThunder a long time, and at this point, where I aim on tanks is essentially muscle memory. I'm very familiar with the weapons that I'm using, and I'm very familiar with the opponents that I'm coming up against. But this was not always the case, and today I'm going to share with you the tools that I use to become proficient in dealing with enemy tanks. And for those of you who play Enlisted, stick around, these tools will apply there as well. When trying to learn where to target enemy vehicles, it is important to know what weapon you're using and what it is capable of. For the purposes of this video, I will be using the Panzer 39 shell, fired from a PaK-40. The PaK-40 is an excellent weapon and can deal with the majority of the foes it comes across with relative ease. The first step when analyzing a vehicle is to look at its armor. And to do that, click on the armor diagram, and that will bring up a color-coded diagram of the tank's armor, and you can view this from any angle, and when you hover over sections of the armor, it will tell you the thickness, and the thickness relative to the angle that you're viewing it at. When firing at a tank, it is important to consider that the armor being angled and sloped will have an impact on your shell's performance, both from causing it to ricochet and by increasing the relative thickness compared to your shell. In order to do the maximum amount of damage with your shell, you're going to want to know where to target. And to do that, you're going to want to look at the Xray tab. The Xray tab will cut away all the armor, and now you can see all the squishy internal bits of the tank. Things to look out for are the gunner, the loader, and the driver. Without the gunner, the tank will not be able to turn its turret or fire at you, giving you several seconds of safety if you're able to knock him out. Same goes for the driver for being able to maneuver the tank, and if you take out the loader, in some cases some tanks have multiple loaders, the tank will have a significantly slower reload rate, giving you more time between it firing to actually be able to disable the tank. Another key feature to look out for is ammo and where it is stored. Hitting an ammo rack almost for sure will cause the tank to detonate, resulting in a kill. If you would like to simulate what would happen when firing at a tank to get a feel for what kind of damage you're looking at, you can click on the Protection Analysis feature under the Armor tab. In this, you can select what vehicle you would like, what country, what ammo, and even a relative firing distance. Because it is important to remember that, depending on what range you're firing at, your shell may have diminished armor penetration characteristics. I am still using the Panzer 39 ammo fired from the PaK-40. And on here, after looking at the Xray of the tank and seeing its crew layout, I will be firing directly center mass on the tank, as that will give me the best amount of damage and the highest chance of hitting all vital components. And as you can see, firing center mass with the Panzer 39 shell, which has an explosive filler, hit center mass, and the resulting fragmentation not only takes out the driver and machine gunner, but kills the commander, loader, and gunner. A very common tank that a lot of players struggle with is the Sherman Jumbo. Boasting nearly 100mm of sloped frontal armor, it is almost impervious to frontal attacks. However, it does have one weakness, which is the machine gun port, and firing here almost always results in a kill. Most nations have common crew layouts that they use in all of their tanks. For American tanks, when looking at them from the front, it is best to shoot the left side of the turret, as that houses both the gunner and the commander. On German tanks, it is best to shoot the right side of the turret, as that is where the gunner is located. Another common weak spot are the cheeks located on the Panther's turret. These are those two small triangular flat plates on either side of the gun mantlet. The reason to shoot here is they do not feature any sloping and are much easier to penetrate than the front armor or the sloped armor of the gun mantlet. I personally tend to shoot for the right side cheek, as that will usually disable the tank by taking out the gunner, commander, loader, and typically will also result in ammo rack in the Panther. If the first shot does not take it out, a second shot there will usually result in a kill. Remember when I said to pay attention to the location of the ammo racks on tanks? The Tiger and all of its other variants are very susceptible to ammo rack explosions. The most common places that players tend to shoot the Tiger are on the left and right side of the hull, and located directly behind this are all of its ammo racks. Also, the side profile of the Tiger is all ammo. Basically, anywhere that you penetrate on this tank, if you hit it from the side, will either be ammo or will be someone important like the commander or gunner, even the loader, or maybe you'll even lose the breach. Your engine might get hit, your transmission might get hit. All around, it's not great. Now, for you enlisted players who are wondering how this helps you, all of the vehicles in War Thunder and Enlisted are the same. You can look up any vehicle that you want to learn more about in War Thunder to get a better sense of its crew layout, ammo rack layout, anything that you're interested in, armor penetration, even what its gun is capable of doing. And this helps you whether you're a tanker or an infantryman with a Panzer boys anti-tank rifle, bazooka, anything that you're trying to penetrate a tank with. Knowing where to shoot on a tank is extremely important to maximize your effectiveness. Hopefully this is helpful, and if you have any specific vehicles that you would like me to do an overview on of how I personally deal with them, let me know in the comments.